I didn't ask you, but good that somebody thought about we want to record this. So
Can you repeat that question again?
yes. So I was just saying, it's not that important what we say, but much more important how we say it. And the percentage, 80-20, maybe a bit much, like 80% being the how we say it. Well, probably a bit much. You cannot talk BS all time long. No, but a 60-40, a 70-30, that's a fair assumption to make. And it really shows you that it's so important how we address the message so it sticks with our audience. And of course, we want our message to stick with the audience. That's why we do public speaking. And when we do that, our main goal is to captivate the listener. We don't want to bore the listeners. And today we will enhance our abilities to hold our audience attention. And that's not especially useful before meetings in the company or when you're preparing for contests. Basically, it's important for your everyday life, because when you open your mouth, I would hope that most of the time you really want to have some response, or you have some goal, something you want to achieve when opening your mouth. Well, maybe not all of the time. Let me tell you a bit of the workshop structure so you know what's going from here now. We'll begin with a little warm-up session. We want to warm up our vocal cords, the whole thing here going on in the throat. We look at the theory of breathing. How does proper breathing work and why it's important for what comes out of our mouth apart from the breath. And we have lots of exercises, and they will be really, really fun when you accept one thing. And I had to quote this. I'm 54 years old. I can't get it in my head just like that. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. If you aren't willing to look like a foolish beginner, you'll never become a grateful master. So why embarrassment, you might ask? I'm glad you asked. Because some of the exercises will look ridiculously stupid, but they are ridiculously effective. So don't worry about how you look, just go with the flow. And I will show how stupid I can look, so you can show me how stupid you can look. Okay, we'll work also most of the time in pairs, so you can already think with whom you do not want to do the exercises, but please come up with one that you want to do. So have a think about with whom you want to go ahead doing the exercises. There will be no touching involved, so don't be afraid. Let's set a few expectations. Improving your voice needs time. And when I say it needs time, it needs more time than 1.5 hours. You will be equipped with everything you need to know to then walk home. And if you're not a lazy bastard like I am, then you will do a bit of training every day, and you will gradually see improvement in your voice. Whether that be the sound of your voice, whether that will be how you breathe and control your voice, and the few things we will talk about during this session. If you have questions, of course it had the Irish guy that is late. Please put your hands together for Mel Kelly. And now sit down and don't say a word.
Big round of applause for the funny German guy.
Yeah, thank you, Mel. I appreciate it. Okay. If you have questions during our evening, if you think I can answer them really quickly, raise your hand, ask the question, And if I can answer it in 1-2 sentences, I will do straight away. If it's a longer thing we need to talk about, I might put it to the end of the session, where will we have a proper Q&A section anyway. Okay, everybody stand up, please. We do a little warm up and super easy. So far, you don't have to talk. But what about our online? Very good. Okay, now well, actually you can do it while sitting. I just want to annoy the people here and make them move a little bit. So, but you could possibly do it in sitting. Okay, so first thing, slowly roll your shoulders to the back. Slowly, not too fast. Really, so it feels good. A little bit of a stretch. Not very much. Should not hurt, but just a little bit too. So it's free. We do the same thing the other way around. Now you already begin to look a bit stupid, especially now. It's totally fine. I don't want to know how I look like. Okay. Now, do a little tilt of your head, like to the left, to the right. You even started that before I said what to do. He's a fortune teller, this Mel Kelly. You know that I will be picking on you all night long.
Don't worry, the heckles will come.
Keep your head for a while on, just until it like nicely hurts, if you know what I mean, and then to the other side. Till it nicely hurts, not too much. Wonderful. Okay, then we're doing a little bit round circle. Chin should touch your, oh God, what do you call it?
Diaphragm.
No, that's the chest. Thank you. That was the word.
Chest.
And the other way around. Don't overdo it. You just want to have a little bit loosening up. And there we go. Next thing, we do a little bit in the face. I want you to do 2 things. First, a big face. And with big face, I mean, open your mouth really wide and your eyes really open. And then super small. Everything crunch your face together. And oh. Oh.
Should I take pictures?
Now. Oh. 2 more times. Open your mouth, by the way, is very important for talking. Open it wide is even more important. Okay. And at the very end, a little bit of jaw loosening, a little massage on your jawbones. Just gently rub it, both directions, backwards, forwards, just a little bit to loosen up. Okay, while we are standing, let's learn how to breathe. And of course, you will tell me, but Armin, I'm breathing since 38 years. Yeah, and probably wrong. No, just kidding. No. Take your right arm, right arm. Place your right hand onto your belly. Before we do that, a little test. I want everybody to take a really deep breath. A really deep breath on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, wonderful. Your name is? Sorry, you can exhale. Please exhale. Emma. A big applause for Emma. Please come to me just for a second. I love it when people get a red face. Hi, Emma. Thanks so much. I want you to do exactly what you've done now. Take another deep breath. Yeah, you can exhale it. Did anybody see something? Yes.
Shoulders go up.
Yes, the shoulders went up. Emma, thank you very much for showing your shoulders. Big applause for Emma. The shoulders went up, which means that Emma was breathing into her chest. And the chest, and it was going like this. But this is very shallow breathing. You can't breathe really very much when you put your shoulders high. You can't squeeze much air in your lungs. What we want to do instead, and this is why you now take your right hand, put it onto your belly, not your chest, onto your belly. And what I want you to do is breathe away the hand. When you inhale, it should look like this. Don't be ashamed when you look like Mel Kelly always looks like. No. So you breathe in into your belly and you exhale again. So what does that do? If you would cut me here in the middle, like right through, there's the, do you call it diaphragm? Yeah, I'm not good at English, as you can tell. The diaphragm is a muscle that separates everything from here below to the lungs. And it moves down when we inhale. This is the action. And because it moves down, because breathing is not an active thing, it's a passive thing. Because the muscle moves down, the lungs have more space, and because they have more space, they suck the air in. Actually, breathing is a totally passive thing. So, and because the diaphragm goes down, well, all your, what do you call those long things in there? Yeah, and they need space, and they have no other space going forward. And this is why it looks like this.
You're pregnant.
Yes, 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 that too, with lots of bad jokes. So, put your hand on your, and slowly breathe in. Feel your hand being breath away. Hold it for a second and exhale through your nose, through your mouth. It's not important at the moment. I just want to have that you have the feeling that it works like this. Is there anybody says, Armin, I don't feel anything. It's not going anywhere. Or do you feel it?
Yes.
Yes, you feel it? Okay. So when you are breathing, never. That is the way to properly breathe. Now you can do that much better lying down. Why? Because all the muscles that keep you standing up are relaxed. And when you're lying down, and you can try that out tonight when you're at home, and just breathe normally. Doesn't even need to be a deep breathing, just normal breathing. You can watch yourself get fatter and fatter. So try that at home. But the more you concentrate on it in your daily life, the easier it becomes and the more natural it becomes. Okay. Now, let's do the 4-4-6-2 exercise. We inhale for 4 seconds. Then we hold the breath for 4 seconds. We exhale for 6 seconds and then wait 2 seconds. And I want you to inhale with the nose. Then we hold it, exhale with the mouth. Okay, and 4-4-6-2. So 4 seconds to and in. Again. And one more time. In. Also a very good way to practice breathing. Finally, we're talking about breathing. Why is breathing important apart from staying alive? I mean, breathing is important because everything you say comes with the breath. When the air flows to your throat through the vocal cords, or through what do you call it, through the voice box, it then stimulates the vocal cords. They start to vibrate, and the tone created there with the air flows up to your mouth, nose room, all of that things. So proper breathing is important to be able to proper talk without, and to talk for a long time without getting hoarse. So breathing is correct, then this will be much easier. Okay. Now, how do we determine how much air? Because there are people that talk like this all the time. They have a really breathy voice. Yeah, others are like shouty voice, whatever. How do we control that? There's a wonderful exercise to do this, and it goes like this. It's called lip rolls. You might want to you just put that much effort in that you do this. With the least amount of effort. And in a pitch that you are familiar with. Now, who was that? Wait, no. It should be barely audible, so to speak. The least amount of air we want to use. This is called lip rolls. And what it does, when you time it right, and well done, everybody. Is there anybody where it did not work? Online audience, could you do your lip rolls? Okay. Done with singers love that because it helps them controlling their breath. And also for public speakers in general, people that talk a lot, they can control their airflow much better. Let's do a humming exercise. And I want you, when you're humming on a tone, like, can everybody, is anybody phone deaf? No, what do you call it? Pitch deaf? What do you call it?
Tone deaf.
Tone deaf? Any tone deafs here? Well, we'll know in a second. Okay. Everybody in their octave. Now this person will not. Let's wait for the. You must be kidding me. Another Irish late. So again. Coming right when your lips vibrate. Lips vibrating. You can feel it tickling. Tickle. Now we go up. Until vibration stops. You sound like an orchestra just before the play begins. Again. From the highest note you can, with comfort, hum. And again. Okay. I think we are pretty warm and we are pretty late already, so I might. Oh, well, no. Let's do one more thing because it's fine. Looking stupid. Everybody puts their tongue out. Not like that, but comfortable like in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. We can do it there, and out, and out, all perfect. That's a good exercise if there's people that are called like Zungenfaul, lazy tongues, that mumble a lot. Exercise like that will significantly improve their articulation. Okay, we can skip over this. So I already talked about the breathing techniques. We get the difference. Okay, wonderful. I had more in my head than I thought. Okay. Now articulation. Why is articulation, proper articulation, so important? Any guesses?
So you're being understood.
That's probably reason number one. Yes. And it's the major reason. People need to understand you. So that's why it's so fascinating when people mumble or don't take care about their articulation whatsoever. And with public speaking, it's a total train wreck if you do not articulate perfectly. Wait a second. And now, as a special bonus, you may close the door. Thank you. The most important thing is, of course, that the people will understand us and are with us while we're speaking all the time. And when you're hard to understand, either because you're too low in volume, but even worse, if people just cannot understand the words, well, they will drift away. They will start conversations in the audience. By the way, what is the best trick when you are speaking and in the audience conversations start? What do you do?
Change the pitch.
Change the pitch.
Pause.
Close, but
Pause.
pause.
To be quiet, yeah. To stop talking.
Not stopping. The
Slow down.
probably most effective thing is to go down in volume. Because it has two effects. Their conversations get relatively louder, which is kind of embarrassing to them. And also, they think, hey, what's going on there? Is he telling a secret? And then they're back. Doesn't work all the time, but it's very effective. Okay, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Thankfully, I have clear articulation. Yeah. Now, we have in Toastmasters many people from all over the world. We have Germans that try to talk English. We have Irish that try to speak English and be on time. No, we have from China, Russia, Romania, India, from all the countries. Sorry if I did not include you here. And there is no way of saying it in a really nice way. But there are some accents that are so broad that makes it very, very difficult for a non-native speaker to understand what you are talking of when you're talking in English. This can only be done or healed by practicing and practicing articulation. You don't need the like BBC English. Nobody's asking you that, but people need to understand what you say. We understand you. Christopher, you want to add something?
No.
This is more of an issue with some speakers, less of an issue with others, like the Dutch, Danish. Everybody in Scandinavia speaks perfect English, so to speak. Where others struggle a bit more. And I would love to make fun now of a few different countries, and I already said that I can't do it, but no, I don't do it. It's non-PC. We can't do that any longer. Ah, I miss those times. Okay, now, of course, you know that the tongue twisters are a really good way of practicing that. So if I say, for example, and we will do an exercise all together later on, like where we exaggerate pronunciation or articulation. Pronunciation, that might be off. I'm not English, I'm not a native speaker, so my pronunciation might be off, but the articulation should be there. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. You have later on, but we come to that point later. So no, let's do it. Let's make a round. It's very good, and exaggerate the articulation or the pronunciation of this sentence. You can use Chinese.
Yes.
Okay.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Oh.
Let's have a round of applause at the end. It's quicker.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. The same sentence?
Is it there as
Yeah.
well? Ah, okay, you already, cool. Go ahead.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled papers. Again.
Now I can't.
You can. Believe me, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't look at me. Look at the paper.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
There you have a very good exercise for you.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Wonderful.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Ah, there is a good voice there.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Wonderful, thank you.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
You misread the pack thing first. Can you please repeat that? Once again, please.
Peter Piper picked of pickled peppers.
Marvelous.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Another candidate for lots of training going on.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Okay, let's stop here for a second and let's make it a bit more difficult. We say with that line, Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Like you stick your tongue out as much as you want, but it needs to hinder you when you the exercise.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
The tongue was not really out. Yeah, that's good. You always did everything together. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled pepper. The tongue needs to be out, but when we come to the later.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper.
Wonderful. You can even mumble when you're doing that exercise. Excellent.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Wonderful.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Okay.
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
A pack of pickled pepper.
What the online audience could not see, she was not willing to stand in front of the audience, but with the back to the audience while she was doing that. Okay, why? Okay, it's funny, but it's also a good exercise. Because if you do it for a long time, you need to articulate so extremely well to still be able, with the tongue properly out, to be understood that when you put the tongue back in, that's a walk in the park then, even if you have difficulties otherwise. Okay. Good. Let's come to some practical exercises. And we start in the same order, or we go through the same order. Breathing exercises, but this time I want you to build pairs. We can do that here. And after this exercise, hang on, no, we still have time. We make a pause at like 8 o'clock. We make a little break, okay? So in quarter of an hour. Yeah, snuggle up with a partner. You can use the whole room if you want. If you don't, but you can also there. And we are going back. It's not on the exercise sheet. I'm telling you. No. Who said sat down? Nobody said sat down. Sit down. Now we're coming back to the. I can't pronounce this word. Diaphragmatic breathing practice. Diaphragmatic, is that?
Diaphragmatic.
Or maybe I misspelled it too. I don't know. So, and now one is breathing, the other one is watching. If you are fine with that, you can control the breathing by laying the hand on the belly of the other person. If neither of you or one of you does not want to do that, that's totally fine. Then just have a good look. Are the shoulders staying down? And is the belly coming out? And is there anybody who has not got a partner except Mel Kelly? No, is there anybody without a partner? Wonderful. Okay, so the first one starts. Let's do like 3, 4 breathers. And what you do is you inhale through your nose. And then you exhale with an S. Now watch your partner while doing that. Of course, so the partner can see better. Well, no, the hand doesn't disturb there. That's fine. Go on, do that for a while until I. Now you have to watch each other. Otherwise, women.
I think already.
The one that is not breathing. I can see your shoulders there. The one that is not breathing. Guys. The one that is not breathing, not exercising, needs to watch the other person's shoulder and belly. And you do that 3 times and then you change, okay? Good. So with the online.
Yeah, you have to.
So I can't see your names and it's too small for me, but there's only one lady. Can you please stand up, or is that difficult for you? Can you stand up? Karen, can you stand up?
Stand up. Yes, I stand up.
Are you already standing?
Yes.
Okay. Then put your hand on your belly.
Yes.
Breathe in for like 4 seconds and then breathe out on an S, like. You feel your hand coming out of your belly? Or,
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Then the good-looking guy in gray shirt. Can you move like this? Yes, wonderful. Now a big breathing in. Into your belly. Breathe your hand away. Yeah, that's better. Good. And exhale on S. One more time. Nice. Wonderful. Christopher, I know that you can breathe. Or do you want to stand up? No. You're good. Guys, you're always putting your shoulder up when you breathe. No, but you still did that. Has everybody had her turn?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. What did you experience? What did you see with the other? Any shoulders coming up? Little bit. Was the belly coming out nicely? Yes. Shoulder. Okay. This exercise is described in the handout you will later get. Okay, shoulders remain relaxed and still, and the breathing should be smooth and controlled. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, that's a nice one. Now you need the paper. And online audience, please, have you opened the PDF? There
Can
are
you
two.
read it again, please?
Have you opened the PDF?
Yes, but can you share it again because I don't have the document anymore, if it's possible.
I will share it.
Yeah, you will.
Thank
You will see it in a second.
Thank you very much.
Do you see it? And it's the smaller one with the 34 kilobytes. If you like the first one you see in the list, if you open that, can you open it here too? Just for quick check if it's the right one. Yes, it's the right one. That's the one. You can try it again. So have you it up? Have you?
Do you have it?
Thank you. Do you have it open? Wonderful. Great. Who is my first volunteer? His hand was first up, then you. But first, please come to me. You get the easiest part, because what we now do, you see right on top, you see a little poem.
Yes.
Like, I see a round cloud in the sky, now the cloud looks like a cow, and so on. What I want from you is, you read the first line, you breathe in again. You read the second line, you breathe in again. What is very important in this, I want the sounds, the diphthongs, like I see a round cloud in the sky. I want to have it nice and long.
Okay.
So I see a round cloud in the sky. Breathing in. Now, yeah, okay, you start right from the beginning.
I see a round cloud in the sky. Now the cloud looks like a cow. Wow, that one looks like an owl. The sky turns brown and there is a loud sound. The rain shower pounds down all around. I shout and run to my house.
Thank you. Big round of applause. We do the same thing again, but now we breathe in after every other line.
Okay.
So you start with breathing in, you give me 2 lines, breathe in again, another 2 lines, you breathe in another 2 lines. Well, actually only 1 because there's only 1 left. But
Okay. I see a round cloud in the sky. Now the cloud looks like a cow. Wow, that one looks like an owl. The sky turns brown and there is a loud sound. The rain shower pounds down all around. I shout and run to my house.
Thank you very much. Now we're going for
2.5.
3 lines. Breathe in, give me, and make it slow. Don't rush through the copy, just to make it in time. And I want the diphthongs to be really nice and voluminous, with a lot of volume.
I see a round cloud in the sky. Now the cloud looks like a cow. Wow, that one looks like an owl. The sky turns brown and there is a loud sound. The rain shower pounds down all around. I shout and run to my house.
When you breathe in like this.
Okay.
But that shouldn't move. Natural.
Yeah, I forgot about it now.
Yeah, next time you will know. Okay, who wants to do 4? Thank you, thank you. Come to me. So 4 without breathing, so important. Take a nice little deep breath. You give me 4 lines. You breathe again, and the rest 2. So. Yeah. Breathe your hand away, so to speak.
I see a round cloud in the sky. Now the cloud looks like a cow. Wow, that one looks like an owl. The sky turns brown and there is a loud sound. The rain shower pounds down all around. I shout and run to my house.
Thank you. Thank you. You cheated a little bit with the breathing, but okay. Anybody wants to try the 5? Be my guest. Over here. Big round of applause. The tongue's really, really like. I see a round cloud in the sky. Make it really round. Okay. Deep breath. You will need the air. You give me 5 lines. Breathe again, and you go for the final.
I see a round cloud in the sky. Now the cloud looks like a cow. Wow, that one looks like an owl. The sky turns brown and there is a loud sound. The rain shower pound down all round. I shout and run to my house.
Thank you very much. I will try do it all in one go. I see a round cloud in the sky. Now the cloud looks like a cow. Wow, that one looks like an owl. The sky turns brown and there is a loud sound. The rain shower pounds down all around. I shout and run to my. Okay. It's getting difficult then, really, especially if you take your time. Now, what is the reason behind this exercise? Get a feeling for the flow of air, how much air you need to get over the sentence, to be able to then pause at times where you think, oh, that's great, that my paragraph has ended, like that. So, and to be more economical about your breathing. And it works as it's given in your exercises. Then later for home, you start with 2 lines, do that a few times, then you go for the 3rd, then for the 4th, and see how much you can do without cheating. And over time, it will increase the amount of words you can burst out with absolutely proper breath control. Cool. We have now 3 to 8, and I declare the first part done. Thank you so much. We have a 10-minute break. Second part is breathing. Articulation of and a physical role of there. Yeah.
Very good. Hey, how are you?
Good.
You been a while?
Yeah, thanks for giving me a picture.
Okay,
Yeah, I would love to, not the rat, to have rat method.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can help you there.
All right.
Are you ready?
It's not too far away.
Munich, everything.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I mean, they would love.
One name that's for me.
Bingo.
We've got the new thing, where? Yeah, M.
Where?
Oh, that's two, four, one,
How did, oh, it's just six. Good, you're playing, we're playing, impressive. Going on. I mean, I'm already working out. Where am I table? Sure.
Maybe I try to get you there.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's the same color.
So now work on the train, was
It's
it?
the same.
Was the trainer giving you problems?
Yeah,
well, there's no trainers now passing shift in the bus, and there's supposed to be express things on motivated, it's all even traffic. And there's this road work, and then the driver got the street bombs, we ended up nearly back all the way up to, was it over?
Yeah. And they can go to like.
And he had to turn in the middle of the street.
One of the professionals.
It was still.
They get more expensive.
Yeah.
Really?
I was like.
You might have came up here, but. Friday, it was 2 hours.
Yes, exactly, yes. And the business
Something
will.
going.
And retreats.
Guy had said, I'm taking traffic.
Yeah, so there's different models, there's different.
And then the night before, he said 2:30. And then I messaged and said 2:30, and he said 3:30. And there's an accident on the motorway. So I turned out the guy was coming. Then kept saying delayed, it's heavy traffic. And all the trains were, 3 trains before that. And then I thought he was going to kill us. He didn't hear. It's better after. It was a good ride, but he was driving very aggressive. And somebody showed him hesitation and really happy.
You remember that?
I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Sunday was coming back to my police. Issues with the driving. Absolutely, only 23. Where from having everybody to live. So, but that's fine. It's also just been Sunday and the driver to do it. Stop at
Is it next
day? Takes past every stop. US fine like that's over 2 weeks in the same.
What would you like to talk about?
Best thing for me is the express.
Because we all know you're so.
No.
What else do you want to talk about? Let's talk things down what you have to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I love this. They were there. The first one, I mean,
One minute.
I also set my alarm.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What does your alarm say?
No. This one? What, around 1 minute, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yours coming in the 25-year anniversary. With your wife.
With my colleague.
Yeah, you told me.
It's there.
It's time to.
Omnes Mercedes means sit down. Is everybody back? Ah, okay, just the back. Do we have to invite
Somebody
our?
left. I'm back, somebody left.
No, somebody never showed up.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go back to a little bit of humming. You can sit down. There's two ways to hum. You can hum to an M, like Moscow, what we did before. We can also sum to the N. Let's start with the M first, and we do just whatever your feel-good pitch is. Your lips should vibrate and tickle a bit. And you can experiment with the pitch, because there might be a higher pitch that gives you more reverberation, more of this tickle. With me, that gives me the most tickle. And you can search for this. Does it make a difference what pitch you use to the tickle? Yeah. Search for the one that does the most to you. Well, it has to do with the cell frequency of everything that's going on inside your mouth.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Those aspects like that.
It's like a resonance catastrophe going on then in there, but in a very reduced way. It has to do with how in a pipe in an organ, when they produce a sound, it depends on the length of the pipe, what is the frequency the pipe does. And basically the same thing goes on here.
So is it like that's my ideal voice, or
No, it's just, but in that range you would be really, really relaxed.
okay?
I would be surprised if you would be a soprano and then you have. So that would be a bit of a surprise. Everybody feels the lips. Now we do the same thing with the N, like northern. What do you feel? What do you feel? Yeah, this is called N like north. Yeah, there's. And where else? I want your. Yes, there's it. But there is one part of your body that tickles.
The end of my throat.
The tip of the tongue should vibrate on the head of your mouth. On the nose. That is what we want. We want this thing to vibrate. We want the top of the tongue to vibrate on the Gaumen. Was ist Gaumen? I should have prepared myself better with the terminology of all those things. Next time, next year. Does everybody feel this tongue vibrating on the Gaumen? This or both of them are exercises. Sorry.
Is it supposed to be the same?
No, you can. The one you feel most comfortable with is the one we practice. But as we did before, you could also go.
The vibration you should feel at the same tone level for M and N.
Well, it depends on the humming that you do. The pitch of the humming will also have an effect on the kind of vibration that's going on. So if you hum deeper, I would suppose the vibration of your tongue or your lips is then also the number of hertz is lower than 2. Or maybe I misunderstood the question.
So the question is, if I hum at a specific
Yes.
frequency with the I feel a vibration on the lips.
Yes.
do I have to hum at the same frequency?
No,
to have the same
you
effect?
no. Any
It don't-
frequency
it
that
don't need to
feels
be the
good.
same.
No,
It could be the same.
it could be the same. Yeah, just the one that you feel most comfortable with. This, so for whom is that exercise? Everybody wants to have this full, rich voice, and this exercise is exactly what trains that, because it uses like more than just your vocal box in your throat. It tries to use everything, like all the space up in next to your nose and in the mouth, and tries to let the air go there too, to use it as a resonance room or resonator. And when we do the then I have to look the one up. Gaumensegel. No. Sorry, I really should have.
Uvula. Uvula.
The soft palate is in a position that allows the air to flow in the right direction. So we have create a rich, warm sound. And the you can, by the vibration, you can hear, oh, there's some resonance going on. So that's very good. There's a
When I do the N, I actually use my tongue, hold it against the roof of my mouth.
Yes, yeah, that's what everybody does. Otherwise, you can't pronounce the hand. There's a second practice, and it's uses diphthongs to achieve kind of a similar thing. You don't have them there. I just say it once to you, and then we go up, and everybody can practice. I enjoy the sound of your voice. So we have the enjoy, sound, voice. These are the diphthongs that we really want to project, like as if we would talk not through the nose, because then it's maybe too nasal. We don't want that. But like you have the feeling that the voice goes through your head and streams out that way rather than this way. So again, the sentence, I enjoy the sound of your voice. Okay.
I'm supposed to say now?
Yes.
Okay.
You can. Should I go to the next person?
No, okay. I enjoy the sound of your voice. It's hard to think about it
Yes.
like that.
Yeah, that's why so much practice is needed. So you want to make the diphthongs really, really long and really, really full. And it has the same feeling when you do the and it really vibrates. But where also it tickles in your nose. You kind of want to achieve the same feeling happening in your nose while you're doing those diphthongs. Oh, like voy, vo, there's this same kind of
Joy.
of resonance going on in those diphthongs, and it helps. Those diphthongs help to create this richer, fuller voice. Let me hear. I enjoy the sound of your voice.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
I think we could hear this, especially with the sound, that there was something going on.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Very good.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Deep voice helps, of course, with that.
I enjoy the sound of the voice.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Don't be angry with me. Yeah, but well done, well done.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Make it really, really long.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
I enjoy the sound of your voice. Joy
The sound of your voice.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Maybe you should say, I enjoy the sound of my voice. Otherwise, yeah, okay. Sorry, again.
I enjoy the sound of my voice or your voice.
Whatever you want.
Okay, your voice.
Well,
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
Certainly do. Thank you.
I enjoy the sound of his voice.
That's you then. Be careful not to nasal. We don't want to. I enjoy the sound. We don't want that. I enjoy the sound of his voice.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
You are a super candidate for this exercise because I think that it would change your voice if you practice that. Not saying you have a bad voice, don't get me wrong. But you have a tendency to be more nasal than others in this room, and that thing, if you want to have a fuller or more grounded voice, then that's a perfect exercise for you.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
Nice.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
It might also help to open your mouth a little bit more. I enjoy the sound. It's really like you need. If you don't open the mouth, it's very difficult to create resonance. We need to open the mouth. You can also say we need to open. There's also difference in there. So I enjoy the sound of your voice.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
Much better. And it was still not very much open the mouth. Still, you can still open it more.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
Once more, and make the diphthongs nice and long.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
The mouth could also be a bit more wide, more open.
I enjoy the sounds of my voice.
Good.
I enjoy the sound of my voice.
Well
done. I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Okay. You can hear there's something going on there, and it goes completely effortlessly. He doesn't have to think about it. So either he's a trained voice, or he just loves talking all the time. No, but yeah, clearly it's lots of resonance there. It's not the first time you do that. Well, just say it again.
I enjoy the sound of your voice.
Strong and clear.
It's strong, and it has a lot of resonance in there. It doesn't sound like this. It sounds like that, and that's a. You don't sound like that. It's not what I wanted to say, but with him, I thought you can clearly hear there's lots of resonance there. Do you have any vocal training?
No.
Okay. Well.
So this is something anybody can learn. It's not something that you're either born with or not.
No, it's that is not to a certain level.
Yeah.
If you have no talent for singing, you will not become an opera star. But you can achieve a certain level with, and this is a universal truth for anything in life, that you can always achieve a certain level that is way above average. With if you put in enough work, you can in any field you can achieve a level way above average. May not superstar level, because lack of talent there or God's gift, but you can become you can master everything. And this is no exception.
High pitch, like the female voices are normally
Pardon?
high pitch.
Yes.
Female voices are high pitch.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with.
No, it has not. No, it in my.
But it's easier with male voice, right?
No, women are built differently, but it has nothing to do with the pitch. It has to do how you use your resonance with the nose, with the mouth, and this is pure training. Otherwise, an opera singer, when she does the aria, nobody would care, because she would not have this full bright voice. And people would leave before the old fat lady has sung.
Maybe she's not fat.
Ah, was that not, again no non-PC? Oh, come on, it's an old joke. Okay. Back to articulation, because I want to do another exercise with you on that. And you have it on your sheets. Please, online community, open your PDFs. You can choose one of the examples that are there. And we do it like this, that we start on this side. Oh, do we have a spare one?
Yes, we can share.
Ah. Thank you. Well, no, we do it like this. You start with the very first one, and then the list goes through. If you reach the end of the list, you just start again with the first one. And don't exaggerate articulation. You should not go slow. Go in a normal pace, like in a normal talking pace, and then do your best to articulate correctly. And let's start with round one.
Unique New York. Unique New York. You know you need unique New York.
Mouth open.
Red leather, yellow leather.
The next one.
Yes.
Whether the weather is warm, whether the weather is hot.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Everybody thinks about open the mouth, and you want to be really precise. Don't exaggerate, but you want to be very precise.
Peter, people.
Oh no, you get another one because you had that. Okay, take the next one.
How much wood would you chuck if a good chuck could chuck wood?
Those will be gold. You take the people one, please. Yeah, but you didn't do it that often.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Again, well, you are with Betty Potter.
Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better.
This could be like maybe a lazy tongue. Oh, I'm picking on you, don't I? Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said that the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter, but a bit of better butter will make my batter better. Try once more and concentrate on the B and T. And silence.
Betty Potter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my butter better.
Any, very good, much better. We know what he did well. B and T was better, but where is another issue?
Better and
No.
Better.
The nasal.
No.
Opening one.
No, he drops words. You are dropping words. You left out a few words because of maybe tongue laziness or so again, this exercise wonderful for you, but and what you need to take care of is that you really pronounce every word. And if it takes then like a slower tempo, that's fine. But the first step you want to do is that every word comes out pronounced correctly, or at least very well articulated, and then you can go faster. But still, main goal is every word must be there and every word must be articulated correctly. But the second one was already much better.
Unique New York.
Because that was too short, the next one.
Red, head, red.
and ted, fed, bread, bread.
Thank you.
The six sheep, sick.
Yeah, I find that very hard, especially because I don't know how to pronounce the SHEIK word. Shake. Okay. No. Be Latin help in a second. So start from the beginning. First thing, unique New York.
Unique New York, unique New York, you know, unique New York.
Unique New York. Unique New York. You know, you need unique New York. Again.
Unique New York, unique New York. You know, you need unique New York.
Need. But that's very, very important. Imagine if you're reading from a script and you don't have you lose ends of words and things like that. Imagine what happens if you're just talking and not reading what you're saying when we're talking. It's but this is how you can practice that. But you need to be super self-critical that when you read it, oh God, I completely ignore my online audience there. It's very important that when you read it, that you read it correctly. Word by word, letter by letter. Very, very important. Where did we stop? Mel, do the last one, please, for us.
The sixth sick sheep sick. Sixth sheep's sick.
I don't even know if that was good or bad. Whether the weather is warm.
Whether the weather is warm, whether the weather is hot.
This is especially difficult, probably not only for Germans. It's about the w and about the normal W, or about the hang on, no, it's not actually. Oh, weather and warm. Yes, there's the difficulty. Whether the weather is warm, whether the weather is hot. Seashells.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
S versus SH. Many people make not a proper or do not properly distinguish between S and SH, and sounds often more like a, and the sh is then too close to the S. Again, can be easily fixed with exercises like this. Do I disturb your telephone?
No, I was looking at the.
How much wood?
How much wood?
Do you see it? No.
Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Wood.
Wood.
Like a fish.
Wood.
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 Ah, much better. There you go.
Wood.
Start from the beginning.
Unique New York, unique New York, you know unique New York.
New York, not New York.
New York.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I did the K there. How much wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chop wood?
You did that before, didn't you? Just next one, Betty Botter.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter bitter.
Look at the script, not at me.
But if I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my butter better.
It says BT. This didn't say BD. It's butter. I know it could be butter if you're somewhere, but it's bitter, butter. It's a T. We have a T there.
But you can't, I mean, for the Americans, it's butter.
Yeah.
Right?
Do we have Americans here? Actually, yes, we do. Yeah, no, but in the exercise, we want to pronounce as to the best of our abilities. And that's why because butter is just a stone throw away from blue. And full, nobody will understand. So if you're already there with butter, then yeah, it's the pathway to mumbling. And we want to avoid that, especially when we have a tendency doing it. Huh? Okay, next one. Fred.
Fred, Ted, bread, and Ted, bread.
Good. How much wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Okay. Okay, so just take one. Pick something.
Whether the weather is warm, whether the weather is hot.
Okay. Now for the fun part. When this evening was introduced, I think it was you that said it's all about vocal variety. Oh, you said it as well, I believe. And now we're starting finally with the vocal variety. Okay. Or did I miss one thing that I wanted to? No. No. Fine. We have 4 different things we can do with our voice to make it sound more interesting. Pitch, tone, volume, pace. Pitch, of course, highness, lowness of the voice. Tone is the emotional quality, the loudness or softness, and the speed. If I talk to you the whole evening like this, it will be a very boring evening. You probably will go in 2 minutes and nobody would be there any longer because you all got bored and it's not very good and I don't know what to say any longer. Wish you good night. Now you could say nobody's talking like that. No, I would argue, I would challenge that. We need all of this to make the things we say more interesting. And with the pitch, with the tone, with the volume, with the pace, we have lots of tools to do that. And we will trying to get out a few of those in the next minutes. Well, I think we're good in time. And have you ever heard the term subtext?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if English cinema or Hollywood use that, but thanks for confirming. The subtext is the following thing. Imagine a sentence like, I can't believe it. This can be said in lots of different ways. And the subtext, the way how we set tone, pitch, speed, will give us the subtext, like what does he really mean by that? So if I say, I can't believe it, then I'm probably surprised something turned out in a way I did not expect. But I could also say, or should you maybe do that? Mel, give us, because we want to project different emotions in this factual thing. I can't believe that. For example, because it fits so well with Mel, and that rhymes, so it must be right. Anger. I can't believe it. In an angry way.
I can't believe it.
Was that angry?
Quite.
I can't believe it! That you think that this was good.
Armin.
No, get Charmin out. No. I would never talk to my wife like that. Can I hear you, Christopher? Say something.
I can't believe it.
And this was like, that I'm still sitting here. No. Give us joy.
I can't believe it.
Oh.
You probably didn't hear me. Joy.
I can't believe it.
Oh, that is much better. Who is up for a difficult one? Sarcasm. Ladies first. I can't believe it. Irony or sarcasm, whatever you prefer.
Can't believe.
I think it's a difficult sentence to do. It would be easier with sarcasm when we say, I can believe it. Let's do it with I can believe it. Again, sarcasm.
I believe it. Or you say, uh-huh. I can believe it.
Did you get what she did there? She did there one of the most famous tricks to get into the mood of the emotion that we want to express. It's called a ramp up. A ramp up is something I say or think before the line I want to do. Well, it doesn't work with public speaking. You have to think it, you can't say it, otherwise, or maybe for impro, it can work well. I can't believe it, and I want to say it, let's say, in a joyful way. And then, so I put myself in a situation where I'm like, so, oh, Bayern scored another goal, I can't believe it. And then, oh my God, Bayern Munich scored another goal, is to ramp up into the emotion that I want to express then with my sentence. And this works miracles when you want to rehearse, for example, a speech. And ideally, you want in that speech, of course, all those vocal variations, and you have those key lines in your speech that where you want to nail the emotion that you want to pass on to the audience. And to get it right, you can work with the ramp up. Okay. Who wants to do another one? I can't believe it or I can believe it. You can choose whatever you think suits best to you. In anger. Let's do the anger again. I can't believe it. Disgust.
Can't believe it.
Think of a mouse in a mouse trap, head half sliced off, and you come in the kitchen. No, sorry, your cat comes in the kitchen and drops it in front of you.
I can't believe it.
You want to try the same with disgust?
Hold on.
Yeah.
And you think about little.
I can't believe it.
That's a bit more like.
Was a bit more like sad.
Yeah, true.
That was sad.
I can't believe it.
Yes, it's a ramp up, and the ramp up works.
Yeah.
But also because when somebody says, I can't believe it, that always leads us into the emotion that we are about to hear. So now, does somebody want to do sad? Haven't you tried already one? Somebody new? Raise your hand. Sad or sadness.
Can't believe
If you actually had opened your mouth, I probably could have heard you. And if you hadn't mumbled, again, but I know, of course, you need to be, because you're sad.
I mumble 2 times. Give me a practical way not to do this.
Over exaggerate this practice, the practice with the tongue twisters, and over exaggerate the pronunciation. Like you go there like, sorry, may I grab that? Unique New York. Unique New York. You know you need unique New York. And you completely go, don't do that outside. They will come with a and bring you away. But at home in your own four walls, this is exactly what you do. At least 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, and you go through things. Or you could read newspaper articles, features that would still work, but exaggerate the pronunciation, the articulation. Do lots with your mouth. It's the laziness of those muscles here that make you mumble. And especially watch out for the ends of the words, that you don't leave out the T's, the K's, and so on. Okay. We have been at sadness. Who wants to be sad?
I can't believe it.
You're getting a phone call. Your mom is still alive? Yeah, see, and there's the Fettnäpfchen. I just walked right in. Your father? Dog? You have a wonderful dog. Have you got a dog?
I have a cat.
You have a cat. Wonderful. Your neighbor calls you. He went out. Cat jumped out of the window, and he just, oh, I don't know how to say. It's such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. Your cat. She's lying there, and she bleeds out of her head.
Oh no, I can't believe it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, wouldn't that be a shock?
Yeah.
Or is it sad and shock?
Okay. How would it sound if it's in shock?
Can't believe it.
Surprised, I would say, which is close to be shocked. Maybe our second participant, Daniel, can you give us a shocked version of "I can't believe it"?
I can't believe it.
Bayern just lost 4-0. I can't believe. Yes. I would say close. Yes. No. So, and with things like that, and there are more sentences that work wonderfully with that. And you practice different emotions with those sentences, and you will become quicker with that. Yes.
You express that I can't believe it in anger mode, like shouting.
Yes.
But anger can be also portrayed cold anger.
Obviously. Obviously. But when you are speaking in front of 2,000 people and you want to express anger, your cold anger will not do the trick, because nobody will feel that.
So we always exaggerate all the
Well, not all the time, but unless you are an Oscar-winning actress that can pull the trick off of cold anger expressing with face and your diction, I would go for the easier variation and would say, I shout that, or it doesn't need to be shouted, but to get louder and more aggressive in your tone.
Do the sad expression again for like a public audience, because sad usually people have a lower tone, but then you need to have a bigger voice.
So hang on, do you want me to do it or not?
You demonstrate, because I don't know how to do that when you're sad, but you need to have a loud voice so that people can hear at the same time.
Well, if you're speaking in a big room, you would have still a microphone.
Yeah.
And the microphone still, even if you would go like this, and I'm pretty sure you can still understand me.
Okay.
I can't believe it. Still would work.
Okay.
But because you have a microphone, it doesn't work. This doesn't work in the Olympic Stadium if you don't have a microphone.
Actually, I wanted to follow up on that because I've seen that at Toastmasters.
Yeah.
People will practice vocal variety, and being loud
Yeah.
is not that much of a problem. But then they try to be quiet here.
Yeah.
And then they can't. Their voice. They go quiet, and you can't hear them anymore.
Yeah. But this is mostly the case because the articulation is then not precise enough. that you can still get that, because I can speak very, very in low volume, and you still can hear exactly what I say. But the pronunciation needs to be. Okay, let's go through that, and we have the questions at the end now. Okay. Now, when you want to put really very much life in your speech, you might have different characters in your speech, whether it's mommy, whether it's the boss you always hated, no matter. And the trick is here, like, first, how do I find this voice? Because it's much more gripping for the audience if you use different voices. How do you find that voice? And how do you stay in the role consistently? So if you have a dialogue in your speech with these other persons, and there's a picture you can make up in your head, like your voice when you're standing there well grounded, your voice, the voice with which you're speaking is the stem of a tree. That's your voice, that's your home, your base, your headquarters, voice HQ. And now you can develop branches. You could go to, for example, the branch youth. And when I was a kid, I had this teacher, totally annoying, because she had a very annoying voice, and she always said, "Children, don't do that, don't do you that." And no matter, because I have her in memory, and she is on my branch, childhood or youth, I always have Mrs. Singer in here as well. And when I need an annoying person in a speech, I always have Mrs. Singer. Of course, with all addiction, I just impersonate those voices. Now, if you struggle finding with persons, who has seen Harry Potter? Any part of it? Wonderful. You have your good luck. Not good luck. Well done, you lucky ones, because you always could say, okay, there are so many characters in Harry Potter that you can choose from those, and you give an impersonation of those. For example, there's what is it? Snake. He has this. He's super precise in his articulation. Not so quick, Potter. There will be no foolish wand waving in this class. So he's super precise, and it's especially at the end of words. And you could do that. That is, in essence, correct. So this is a very bad impersonation of Severus Snape, but I'm not an actor. But I will stay consistent in my role if I need a person talking like that in one of my speeches, or in my comedy routine, or whatever. And you can think of could be any actor, and you have your branch from your tree, actors, actresses. And then you memorize this branch, and you extend it when you have a great idea. Oh, I could put that person on actors, or that on youth, or that on work. And everybody knows people that have a distinct way of talking. And then you just give an impersonation of the way that person talks. And you have immediately, if you think about it for 1 hour this evening when you're home, not even 1 hour, 50 minutes will be enough. And you draw that tree with the voices, and then you impersonate them. It's wonderful. Or Tom Hanks, for example, in Forrest Gump. Love is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you got. Now, my mama always said, love's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Again, horrible impersonation. Who cares? I'm not on stage and saying, hey, this is an impersonation of Tom Hanks. I'm just giving a character of my speech that voice. Works wonderfully. And this is why, as basically one of the last things we do tonight is, no, you do that at home, that is homework. I can't believe it, or you do that in different characters. Could be any other sentence. I can't believe it is one of them. Oh, you're looking good is another one. That can be really nasty. Oh, you're looking good. Yeah, well, not so good. So, and try to give those completely meaningless sentences the impersonation of a character that you build on your stem, on your tree, and pick one of them. Okay, lots of people have difficulties with the following. Who has a very, very low volume voice? Like who is afraid of talking loud?
Olivia.
Or
Me.
Olivia. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Welcome, Olivia, on the floor. You do it like usually do, and then wait what happens. And wait until I'm back again. And don't shout now, because that will not count. Do it as if feel really nervous now. I want you to feel absolutely nervous.
Oh, no.
We will all judge you.
What do I have to say here?
Well,
Brilliant.
whatever you want. Welcome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this workshop.
Okay. If the window would have been opened, or the window had been opened, I wouldn't have heard you, because the street is louder than you. Now, what I want you to imagine is this room a bit bigger than it is, and you're only talking to me. You want to welcome me. That's all you need to do. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to this workshop.
I think you can. You're really you're talking. Yeah, you're talking to me.
Hello, and welcome to this workshop.
Okay, thank you. Round of applause. What I wanted to achieve here, and I'm not sure if it really worked out, I thought it was a little bit more presence there, but I'm not absolutely sure, is projecting. Projecting is a fancy word for nothing else than that I address a person far back in a room to automatically, without shouting, this has nothing to do with shouting. It's all about projection. And if I imagine I need to reach that person in the very back of the room, then your voice, of course, it's louder, but it's not shouting. Just imagine a person way back in the room. Imagine, or even imagine if here's a window, your speech is for the guy on the other side of the street. That's projecting, and it's probably more of a mindset than really an exercise. But when you think about, I'm not sure if the people always say they can't properly hear me, then tries it. Of course, it has to do with confidence, but that's the nice thing about all those exercises. The more you exercise, the more you will see results, which then will give you a boost in self-confidence. That makes it easier for you to say, Mel, I'm so glad you're here tonight, which was a blatant lie. Yeah. Now for tonight, because we haven't spoken about also a thing that is very, very easy to do, and so many people are struggling doing it. Pauses and speaking slowly. This is good for two reasons, probably a bit more. Pauses are wonderful, wonderful. And the length of the pauses as you feel them is way longer as the audience feels the pause. You can tell me if it gets annoying. I think now it's getting annoying.
Yes.
Pauses give the audience the ability to think what it just said. Also gives you the possibility to think what to say next. It's good for everybody. And slow is all basically for the same reason. You can focus more on how you say things, when to say things. If you are still in the process of getting better Aussprache, pronunciation and articulation. You can focus more on there. You just have more time. And if you have more time, you're more relaxed. If you're more relaxed, everything will be much easier to do. And who is the first Freiwillige? Volunteers. I need a volunteer. Oh, yeah, please come forward. A very, very, very small bit of coffee. Oh, yes, yes, exactly. And just do it as a speech, like it should not sound as if you're just reading from a book. Make it, turn it into your speech. Yeah, I know.
The art of communication is not just about what you say, but how you say it. Imagine speaking in a constant rush, words blending together, leaving no room for reflection. Now, imagine slowing down, allowing each thought to land, giving your audience a moment to process. The balance between speed and silence is what turns ordinary speech into a captivating experience.
Very well done. Thank you, sir. Everything was wonderfully articulated. I don't know if it's the speed or if this gentleman by birth has a very good articulation. I don't know that. But articulation-wise, it was really well. Who wants to try it again? You want to try? Yes, come forward. We're good on time. All your wives will be a late evening. Your husbands.
The art of communication is not just about what you say, but how you say it. Imagine speaking in a constant rush, words blending together, leaving no room for reflection. Now imagine slowing down, allowing each thought to land, giving your audience a moment to process. The balance between speed and silence is what turns ordinary speech into a captivating experience.
Thank you. The art of communication is not just about what you say, but how you say it. Imagine speaking in a constant rush, words blending together, leaving no room for reflection. Now, imagine slowing down, allowing each thought to land, giving your audience a moment to process. The balance between speed and silence is what turns out ordinary speech into a captivating experience. The third reason why slow is good is when you're a lazy bastard as I am, not memorizing the speech and reading from paper. Because if I read it that way, I can hold eye contact with you, and I totally forgot the eye contact with our lovely online audience, because I look at the script, I get half a sentence. The art of communication is not just about what you say, but how you say it. I just grab always a little bit of this of the next sentence. Imagine speaking in a constant rush, words blending together. I can look down, not talking. I look up, eye contact, talking. Looking down, getting the next thing of the script, looking up, talking. By slowly speaking, this allows me to have the time to read and reflect what I'm reading and turn it into a proper speech. This is a third thing. This concludes a little session, but not before, of course, we have an FAQ. If so, is FAQ, frequently asked questions. Yeah, Q&A. Thank you so much. It is. Thank you. Thank you. And I heard this sarcasm in there.
Can't believe it.
That I heard it? Why are you surprised? Okay, any questions? Think about the topic. Let's review the topics that we have in case this gives you ideas about questions. We looked at the importance of warming up. Usually I would say, oh, if it's a 5 to 7 minute speech, now really warming up is probably not necessary. If you do something in a bigger time frame, then warming up is key, absolutely. We learned about breathing, resonance, articulation. We looked at vocal variety, and you have those wonderful handouts that you can download, or yeah, you guys have it on the Zoom call. You can download it. The link is on your sheet. And I can only encourage you, what I said before, your voice will not change within 1.5, 2 hours. I'm like Thomas Gottschalk with Wetten, Das. Nobody knows that, of course.
I know. He's retired now, right?
Yeah, he is. So maybe not in 2 hours, but in 2 weeks, in 2 months, in 6 months, when you do 10 minutes to 20 minutes, well, let's say 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Oh, it will show. It will definitely show. There is no way it cannot show. So if you want to enhance your skills around your voice box, then you have lots of homework to do. And I wish you all the best with that. And the
practices you let us do at the beginning.
Yes.
Is it something that you would recommend us to do every day?
Well, it depends how fast you want to see progress. Maybe, well, every day is who has 20 minutes time every day? But
5 minutes.
5 minutes. then like the warming up then already eats away 2 to 3 minutes, and for that I would definitely, if you're exercising, you need to do the warm up because it's more challenging to your whole material inside your throat. So you need and the warm up should be already 5 minutes. So yeah, at least all in all 15 minutes. If you do an exercise, 20 is better, but 15 at least.
Just
Yes.
a quick one. So the and is warm-ups.
Pardon?
Or exercise.
Yes. You see that in the handout.
Do you have any exercise for playing with tonality? Like, how do I go up high and when?
Yes. Well, this goes into the same area as when we use different characters or the subtext, because everybody knows. Let me put it that way. When we are talking to each other, everybody will understand the subtext, and I can always make the subtext as I want it because people can talk and convey their emotion while they are talking. It's a different story if we want to reproduce it when we read of something. So you already have that. The only thing you need to train is how do I translate that into the right subtext that inflicts the kind of melody that you want to achieve. Anger, sadness, kindness, whatever it is. You just have to identify the emotion you want to convey. his hand was first.
Yeah, well, I have a question actually regarding the trait of voices
Yes.
that you mentioned. I find it very interesting, but paradoxically, also, you don't only bring the voices, but the personalities of these people.
Yes.
And it makes me or the one who's using it like a little bit schizophrenic, not his person. So it's hard work. It's really.
No, well, yes.
I would make it easier.
Okay. There is no easy way. If you want to make it great, there is no easy way. Then you have to do the work. If you want to, at least that's how I see it. And there's a million other opinions. But if you want to be great at adding different characters to a speech, for example, then this is a way that is actually already pretty easy. Nobody asks from you to play it like a movie superstar. It's just your best impersonation of the character that you feel fit for your speech. That's all. And if you think that is getting too schizophrenic, just do it in your own voice and maybe just use a different accent or dialect. Like if then I just, I'm the Bavarian, who talks like this, and why are you laughing at me? Gibt's da ein paar Watschen? Then just do a dialect. That would be then maybe easier.
Can you run us through your thinking when you write a contest speech? Because I know that contest is coming up in a few months, and I want to know when you actually write your story. Like when do you actually incorporate the pause? Like, do you say when you put actually when you have your text, do you put like a little empty space, have some text, and then lead with your emotions, and then you practice? Can you go through that with us?
Yeah. So I'm very lazy. I write down a speech really word by word, and then most of the time I show up with a script. So in the script, I used to write pause or underline words or give me little hints where I like just as a reminder what the subtext here needs to be. But when we rehearse the speech all the time, then you know what you do. You know when to pause. So in later revisions, when I write a speech today, I just make paragraphs. I don't do anything more because I practice this so often that I know that now. But in the beginning, yes, I did use words, pause. I even wrote the correct pronunciation of words into the script, so I will not struggle while I'm holding the speech. That's why I always have this, not always, but most of the times I had my speech next to me, and I got not many brownie points for doing that. But I don't have a thing like character A is Mrs. Singer from First Class. I don't do that. I know that when I'm thinking of the speech. So I have no golden rule there, I'm afraid.
What do you think is the best thing for beginners? Like, don't have like the level, like how do they start adding those characters or emotion when they?
Probably Mel is even the better person to ask. Or Christopher, what is the best way to approach a contest speech?
It's the same as practicing a musical instrument. Simply practice, practice, practice until you're so comfortable with it, nothing can go wrong, or very little can go wrong. That gives confidence, that lowers the pulse rate, it lowers the voice. Practice, preparation, that's all I can give you.
It's what I said before. There is no easy way if you want to have excellence. It's hard work.
Where can we practice that?
And where? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Which brings me to really the end. You have now seen. Sorry, there was another question. One last question.
Christopher, another question.
Oh, Christopher, sorry.
Yes. When I start a speech or a presentation, I like to think I have my voice under control. It's calm, but as things pick up, as fatigue sets in, the strain starts, the voice gets higher, I lose the resonance. Do you have any tricks to bring yourself back down to earth vocally when things are getting out of control?
I think there is a method that does not work only for speeches, but in general when you're getting nervous. And this is a very, very simple thing. When you have the chance to, you sit down. Otherwise, you can also do it in standing, and it's breathing. That's all. So what you do is you completely focus with all your mind on the process that happens physically when you're breathing. So you put your hand on your belly, and the only thing that you're focusing on is how the belly goes out. You can inhale with your nose, and you can exhale with your mouth, but in my opinion, it's not that important. And the only thing, you follow the up and down of your belly, and you do that for 60 seconds, and I swear to you, you will feel calm.
In the middle of speech?
In the middle of the speech, it does not work as well. Yeah, Mel Kelly just made a funny joke in the middle of the speech. No, but you were asking before the speech, weren't you?
No, actually, in the middle of a speech where I feel myself, the voice getting higher, and I'm going to bring it down.
Okay, that's I find that a bit unusual, because usually in the middle of the speech, your Lampenfieber, what do you call it? Lampenfieber?
Stage fright.
Stage fright has kind of already is past its maximum. Have you got a dry mouth by any chance?
That could be part of it. I think it's just simply excitement, nerves, perhaps. Not that I have stage fright, but the adrenaline. If I have to project to the back of a room, I know how to do that. But fatigue will set in. And then how do I bring that voice back down?
Huh. Okay, that's a really good one. And I don't have an answer. If it's whew. I mean, I find it funny because when you realize that, like you're that reflective that you realize, oh, I'm nervous, I get a fatigue, and I find it so funny that you then, although realizing what just happens, you can't change that, although you know how to usually do it. I would have to think about that. But I don't have a proper answer on that. No, I don't have. I'm very sorry. First question this guy asked me in 10 years, and I don't have an answer. So, to all the guests, all the people that are not coming that often, that includes me, you have seen what a typical workshop at Toastmasters looks like. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell others about it. If you want to get better in what you're doing with your voice and everything that comes along with it, Toastmasters is a very good option to sign up right now. No, just kidding. You can always you can come to every Toastmaster meeting every second and fourth. No, first and third. And if there is a fifth Wednesday, then there will be a meeting. First and third, and maybe fifth Wednesday in a month. Can come as long as you want without paying, but you won't be able to make a speech. And it's when we cash you in. So, but yeah, come as often as you like. You're super welcome. I have overdone my welcome on stage, and I would like to give it back.
Believe what a workshop we have just had. Can you guys believe it?
I can't
Please. That was really wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I'm trying to articulate very well. Thank you for taking a full 2 hours and 20 minutes of your precious time away from your wife and your kids to share so much.
Actually, I enjoyed that.
She's also in online.
I'm right here.
Damn it! She's having a holiday. I can't believe it.
Wait, teach us, and because I really loved how much interaction there was, how much funny faces, and everybody looked stupid, including me. That was really fun. You are a true expert in this, and we wish to see you again also in our regular meetings. And with that, your belly might extend a little bit more.
Yeah, that's good.
With this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Jasmina.
No easy way.
That was my daughter.
There is no easy way. If you want to have excellence at anything, there is no easy way. This is something, the meeting I started today, this was the most nervous start, how I started the meeting. And I think subconsciously, because I knew many of the things they're going to talk about are things, for me, things to learn and to grow. So I'm really thankful for your time, as Yasmin said, and also thank you, Yasmin, for preparing everything. I hope the guests also enjoyed and learned something out of the speech. And as Armin said, everyone is welcome to come every first and third Wednesday, and usually we finish on time at 9, but today was special in all areas. So thank you again, and hope to see you next week.